Okay, hi everybody. Um, my name is Dave Bolton. I'm the Program Director for BSc Business Management and the associated pathways. And I'm joined in this video and session by Paul Davis, who is a senior lecturer in the business department and also Program Director for the MSc Strategic Marketing Program. So this is going to be a short presentation, and we will be having some sessions after this for you to ask some questions around Zoom and how you can interact with it for your lectures and seminars. So this video is really going to cover two things. Firstly, how to access Zoom and basically what to do when you get there. So firstly, accessing Zoom. The options that you've got. Your Zoom Uni profile and the Zoom app. So you can access this through the website and also an app which is available to download onto your computers and also your phones, iPads and other tablets as well. Links from your lecturers. Your lecturers will be sending you out various different Zoom links when they're using Zoom. These are the quickest and easiest way really for you to access the Zoom content that's being provided. It's whatever works for you, whatever you feel most comfortable with. So big tip here is to set up your Zoom profile with a picture, the same as Canvas, and that was mentioned just before this session by Sue Evans. The main reason for this is so that we can see who you are, especially if names are similar. So first important element is to set up your profile on Zoom, and you do this first if you possibly can. So the first part here is to visit the Zoom website, which is quite simply zoom.us. Once you go there, you need to go into the sign in box. Sign in with SSO. This is quite important. Okay, don't sign in with Google or Facebook at this point, because you'll need to register yourself as a Swansea University student on the Zoom license. Then I don't know my domain. You see that at the bottom here, just underneath the continue button. So you need then to use your email address, which is the university one. So that is your student number at swansea.ac.uk, and you may have that little "I'm not a robot" box to tick at the bottom as well. Then you press continue, and that will go into the standard university login process. Once you do that, you can start to populate your profile, and as it says there, you can look like Paul Davis as well, but yours will look similar to this. So this is the point that you will upload your photo, put your details in, etc., and will also show you what your personal meeting ID and passwords are. So it's important that you go to this at the top, which is profile, which is highlighted. And that is it for the first stage. That's complete and you're good to go. So accessing Zoom, links from your lecturers. That big arrow there is pointing to what you would usually see on either Canvas or in an email to you. There will be a Zoom link, and simply all you have to do is to click onto that. So each session has a unique link, and that's provided in Canvas, but some lecturers may send these out via email, especially if they are one-to-one meetings that they're trying to set up with you for group sessions, etc. So to attend the class, simply click on the link using Chrome, Firefox or Safari, and you'll be directed to the session. We suggest that you use Chrome because as a web browser, it's a lot quicker and a lot more stable than the others that are out there. Okay, please make sure that you are in the correct session at the right time. Otherwise, you may find yourself in there on your own. On some of the apps that you can download, it will actually have a calendar in there for you to look as well and to check. But please check and align it with your timetable. So if the session doesn't automatically start when you click on the link, you're going to need to download Zoom onto your computer. Okay, so that arrow there, number 1, will show you how to download and run Zoom. This is a screen from a Windows PC. Second point there, click on Run like you would with any normally downloaded app that you would from a web browser. Tablet or a mobile device, the Zoom application usually comes through the App Store or the Windows Store, and it is installed as you normally would any other app. Interesting point to note here as well is that the sign-in details for the app are going to be exactly the same as what you've just set up for the web browser. So that's your university email address and the password. That's your university password. Log into Zoom. When you log into your lectures and seminars in future, after your first session on Zoom, you'll see a pop-up after the link, and that will ask you to either open Zoom meetings or so on. Okay, so if you click on that, once you've clicked on the link that's been sent to you, that will start the opening up process for Zoom. So once you're in there, what do you actually do when you get there? It's a very important point. So if the lecturer hasn't opened the classroom yet, if you've tried to join the session and there's nobody there, you'll get a message box like this. So it says, please wait for the host to start the meeting. It could be a recurring meeting or so on. But it's also a really good time to test your computer audio. So if you test computer audio, what it will do is give you the capability to make sure that the headset or the headphones that you are using or the internal microphone on your computer is working correctly. Before you're able to join the session, you'll also be asked to enter your name. Again, please enter your first name and your last name. Real first name and last name as well is important, and click on join the meeting. Again, reason for this is we may have 22 Davids in the session or whatever, and it's very, very difficult for us as lecturers to be able to differentiate between who's talking and who's contributing, etc. You could also be prompted to check if your video is working as well. So if video has been enabled for your meeting by your lecturer, the preview screen will pop up. Okay, so after you check in your video, and you should be able to see yourself, like I can see myself there, you can click join with video. It's important to note here that it's not essential that you join with video. So if you don't feel comfortable joining with video, you don't have to. Sometimes sessions can be set up with a waiting room. So again, this is used if a lecturer is seeing people on an individual basis, or if we're seeing groups together. Okay, so after you click on the session link, what you may get is a message saying that the meeting host will let you in soon, and that you've been placed in a waiting room. Nothing to do here at all. You're not entering, something that's not meant for you. It's just a holding page, really, so that the lecturer knows that you're there, and once they're ready to speak to you, then they will let you into the meeting. Okay. If you've entered the wrong session at the wrong time, then you may see that the lecturer will remove you from the session. Again, this is nothing to worry about. It's just that you've actually gone into the wrong session. So please double check that the link that you have is correct and that you are attending the correct session at the correct time. So once you get in, and after entering the meeting, it'll ask you to either join with computer audio, or if you're actually using your phone for this, then it may ask you to join using your cellular data. Always join with computer audio. This will link in with the the Wi-Fi and your data link, and is a lot easier to use. If you're having trouble with audio, then there's a link at the bottom there which will ask you how to or give you information on how to test your device. Once you're into the session, you'll see a control bar at the bottom. So you may see people's faces, people who are actually in the session with you. You may see the screen that the lecturer is actually presenting with at the moment. But at all times, you'll see this black bar at the bottom with these links. Okay, so the mute or unmute microphone button. Usually, when you come in, that will be muted, so you'll have a red line through it. But that gives you the ability to be able to talk to everybody on the session, or not talk. We would ask that if you aren't talking, that you have this muted, because background noise can cause a bit of a problem. You also have the ability to stop or start your own video as well. And you can also choose virtual backgrounds as well, which can be of your own choosing. Certain circumstances, you'll be enabled to invite participants. And you can also see how many participants and who those people are within the session as well by clicking on the Manage Participants button. The Share Content screen, usually this is locked for students. However, if there is a need for you to present something, then the lecturer will enable this, and you can share content by clicking that green button. You can also open a chat panel. You can record the meeting if needs be, and we can also create breakout rooms as well. Okay, so sometimes in seminars in particular, we may have breakout rooms where groups of your students will go off to discuss certain problems or certain challenges that have been presented to you, and that allows us to break up the seminar into particular groups. And then finally, at the end, you've got the end meeting button there, which allows you to leave the meeting if you so wish. I forgot to add my name, help. Okay, so you can also edit your name. If you need to edit your name after joining the meeting, click on Participants, hover over your name and click More, and then choose Rename. But again, as a reminder, your real first name and last name, please. We don't want any SpongeBob SquarePants or anything like that. We need to know your exact name. So just as a recap, turns on and off audio and video, those buttons do. When you're speaking, please keep, when not speaking, I should say, please keep your audio muted in the off position. And there's a video tutorial there on how to control your audio and video while you are in Zoom. The chat box, if you'd like to communicate privately with your lecturer when in the class, you can do that. Click on Chat to open the chat box. Find the lecturer and then click on their name, and that will allow you to send them a private direct message. You can also communicate with everybody as well. So if you have a particular question that you want to ask, that would be of benefit to everybody in the group, then please click on everybody or everyone and ask the question. Okay, there are no stupid questions, and it's good to get two-way feedback, especially when we're doing this over a virtual environment. You also have the ability to raise your hands as well. Okay, so if you want to raise your hand to speak during the meeting, click on Participants. And there is a button there which either, as it says at the bottom, will say raise hand on it, or depending on the platform that you're using, maybe a picture of a hand, but it will say raise hand. If you do that, it will put a hand emoji into your picture, and also will alert the lecturer on the participant screen that you want to speak. The lecturer may ask you to write on the session whiteboard as well, and this is something great within Zoom that allows us to actually collaborate together on portions. So that may be underlining a section of text. It may be highlighting something on a diagram. At the top of the screen, when you are sharing, you'll see a View Options box. Once you click on that View Options box, it gives you the option to annotate. Once you do that, another menu will pop up, giving you the ability to either draw, write text, put a stamp on there, such as a tick or a cross or whatever, and then have the ability to either undo, redo, or clear. It's important to note that you are the only one, along with the lecturer, that is able to clear, undo, or redo your information. Okay, so once you've finished the annotate and finished adding your content, then if you click on the X, that menu will disappear. You also have the ability there to save. So if you want to save what you've annotated as a PDF, if you click save, it will be saved locally onto your computer. Mentioned about sharing screens. So if you're asked to share the screen, you click on the green button. What will happen then is a drop-in box will come in, which will allow you to pick which particular window that you have open on your desktop you want to share. So it could be the PowerPoint. It could be something else that you're actually using, and at the top there, number 2, it says screens, but you can also create your own whiteboard as well in certain circumstances. So there's a lot of flexibility in what you can do with that. But again, take the lead from your lecturer or your session supervisor as to what they want you to do. Again, video tutorial there at the bottom. To leave the session, click Leave Meeting. Okay, if it's your session that you're set up, then it'll ask you to assign another meeting host. And when you click Leave Meeting, it will also ask you if you want to end the meeting for all or for just yourself. If it is a lecturer that is providing the meeting, when you click Leave Meeting, it will only give you the option to leave for yourself. So, whistle stop tour. Some summary and tips, and these are rules that we like to live by, so that everybody gets the best benefit from these Zoom sessions. It is a virtual classroom, okay, so appropriate classroom behaviour is expected at all times. Log into your meeting from a distraction-free and quiet environment. You're going to get the most out of it then. And also, when you're speaking, it's going to be easier for people to hear what you're saying if there isn't a lot of noise in the background. Please keep your audio on mute until you want to speak. That will limit background noise. If you do want to speak, please use the raise hand option. If you want to speak or answer a question, as we said, use the raise hand facility, but also be aware that you can ask a question at any time on the chat box. Usually there will be a chat monitor looking at that chat box as well. That usually is the lecturer who's providing the session. Also remember that whatever you put into the chat is kept and archived, okay? It's a public record. So you again make sure that what you're saying in there is professional and appropriate. This is something that I never do, and I always wish that I have a paper and pen handy with me to take notes. A lot of what we're going to be providing is online this term, but it is very, very difficult to take notes on a laptop while you are looking at a Zoom session. So please make sure you have a pen and pencil with you and some paper to take notes. And lastly, you only have to use video if you feel comfortable. Okay, so it's not mandatory. Your profile picture will come up on the session link. If you would like to use video, then that's fine as well. We would love to see your happy faces, but please only if you feel comfortable. And now is the point that Paul and I will take any questions from you. If you have any questions about it, about Zoom or the program directly, then you can email support@zoom.us. But any questions about the sessions, if you contact the student experience team directly via somsupport@swansea.ac.uk, or as I said, we will take questions now. Thanks very much for your attention, and look forward to meeting you guys on Zoom and hopefully face to face soon.